Hey everyone, your girl is here. So coming to you guys today. Now you guys can see I got 2 free orange juices, which was amazing. On the first day of the first snow of 2025, I'm still just a little bit trying to wake up. It's probably because I haven't had anything to eat yet. It's only 7:32, so I got up very bright and early despite the winter weather. Obviously this is much earlier than, you know, last year. I can't even remember the first snow of last year. If you guys remember, obviously, for sure, I think it was, we had like a big, like, mini snow squall that only lasted for, like, the snow was on the ground for probably like 20 minutes at the most. But I remember I sent my friend the beginning of Will Smith's Miami. Let's get the that was funny, and that's why I included that here, because I can handle the first couple times, but you know, I don't know if I'll be saying that as much as I did last year. Only time will tell. So, anyhow, guys, I'll talk to everyone later. But thank you again for watching here this morning. And I'm going to go ahead here and have my breakfast. But that was very nice to have a nice little treat. And have, you know, too. Yeah, so, anyhow, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Hey everyone, your girl Liz here. So coming to you guys today now. I did really well. This is a post-swimming video. So I went out and my first time I just did as long as I could, which was only 1:21. I was a little bit bummed by that. A key though that I did find out, once I tried to go out to like the 7 feet and drop off. So I figured out that the reason, and I'll put this on for you guys when I get home, but the reason why it's doing that is because even though it's like hooked properly, it still has just like almost like a horizon. So like a horizontal, there we go. Like the horizon, yeah. I used to always be so confused by that. And then one time somebody told me vertebrae, right, is up and down, so it's vertical, and this is horizontal. Anyhow, guys, so I figured that out. So I did have to hold it. But I kept holding it, which was the equivalent of, you know, having my left arm. I'm thinking more than likely I'll probably use my right arm though. But just one arm steady at least, you know, more than likely it'll be my right arm because I am left-handed. So I'm left dominant. So I'm going to be swimming, right, with my left hand. And then, after a couple times of those, I only went back to like the 4 feet. Then I took like then I did the longest again. I got a little bit longer, which was nice. And then finally, to wrap things up, I did 2 rounds of, like I said, standing up, except, I didn't actually like take off the mask. Like I know Alyssa Blake is really good doing that. Obviously I'm not quite there yet. And I was really confused though, but I did rather well. Like, I was up for almost 3 minutes straight, which is really good. So I'm definitely going to keep checking on the progress of that and seeing how well and how long I can stand up. I literally, like I said, guys, I can't believe that I stood up for that long. And, well, it was obviously a variation between going under for a little bit. But until I officially, like, get that, you know, find a way to keep the airway like straight and vertical, I'm not gonna try to go underneath. But yeah, I mean, I did really well for, you know, trying to stand up and just kind of float there, which is good to know, you know. So all I have to do is get back to my paddleboard, and then have like 3 minutes on break, because I set my timer for 3 minutes. Then I went again. But holy cow, guys, I'm feeling rather confident. I want to say it was maybe like the lightest chop available. So like very low chop, that the waves are in there. So it'll definitely be very good. Honestly, I want to say, so you guys remember when I was at Key West, maybe, not Key West, the Florida Keys, Key Largo more specifically, and Key Biscayne, like way down, like off the Key Largo, because Key Biscayne is actually like off Miami. That's obviously where you can see the skyline from, and then it extends to where the start of the Keys is. That's why that sign, "Welcome to the Florida Keys," is there. That I got a good picture in front of. So anyhow, guys, I'm very excited to see how I do in continuing. And then, like I said, it'll, you know, enough good skills and confident here. It can be my first time, you know, in Miami or off the Florida Keys. I can practice, you know, having, you know, I can just practice with the paddleboard. So it's like I have the practice here in Pennsylvania with, you know, standing up, just kind of hovering in the water, so to say. I don't really know. Floating is the more appropriate word there. So yeah, so anyhow, guys, it'll be definitely very fun. I'm also very curious if I like hold my feet, or if I obviously attach that to my feet and I try to go underneath. I don't think it would work. So that might just be something that I have to be, you know, feel confident with. But the best way to help me feel confident is definitely to get that airway fixed. Because the last thing I want to do, you know, I know that obviously happened last year and I shared with you guys, is to underestimate, you know, the chop or anything, and then come swimming up, you know, and because obviously I have the kind of snorkel that it's like the closed valve, so as soon as water hits it, no air, no nothing can enter or leave, which is very good for beginners. But yeah, like I definitely want, you know, the last thing I want is to have the chop be a little bit higher, because really at that point you're just risking it. You know, it's like you can either come up during the middle of a wave and be okay and get your air breathing, you know, or yeah, you can breathe in a lot of water, guys, and that's the last thing I want. You know, to go back to that morning when I was watching it, yes, because of the experience that I had earlier that day, and that's the last thing I want, guys, for you guys, obviously, you know. So anyhow, I'm not gonna get into all that again. You know, like I said, with, you know, everybody knows, right, that we have to die someday, but it's normal to want to live, right? So yes. But for those who haven't seen anything, or, you know, I don't want to get into, you know, like a religious spiel. Maybe some, I mean, I've shared real little bits and pieces here and there. But anyhow, guys, this is a celebration video. So yeah, it'll definitely be very, very fun, guys. I really think that I can do really, really well next year off the Florida Keys. I just have to find a way, like I said, to keep that vertical, and then I'm just gonna be swimming along, you know, become one with the fish. It's gonna be very, very fun, guys. Yeah, I was thinking maybe like, I don't know, maybe like, I don't know, like a headband or something, you know, something that'll work to keep it up. So that'll be my goal for next time. Keep the mouthpiece up, and then just do more, like I said, standing up and seeing how it'll be like, you know, during light chop. And obviously I'm going during low tide next year for that reason. So it'll definitely be very, very, very fun, guys. So anyhow, I will talk to everyone later. Thanks again for watching my celebration video. And I look forward to really getting some killer films with you guys off the Florida Keys. There's a place called Coco. Here we go, guys. Alright, guys, I gotta stop. My voice is getting all crinkly again, and yeah. So anyhow, guys, talk to you guys later. Hey everyone, your girl Liz here. So coming to you guys today now. I'm officially here at the grocery store. You can see the cart return behind me. So we're gonna have some cheesesteaks. That's right, Momo. Tonight, but I wanted to come on and share, and I have to get my Grimm's med too. But I wanted to come on and share that also today, doing YouTube shorts in the morning, I realized that another instance of where you know, the odds of, right, it's not very often that you get to see your coworker like that, right, like I said. So obviously that was an instance, right? She got boiling, scalding hot water. So obviously, I mean, if I was in her shoes, I would just take off my shirt right away, and start getting, like, cold, damp presses, right, on it. So there was an instance that I wanted to share as well. So anyhow, I gotta go get her nuts and then get us some rolls. So we still have the cheese, and then we have some, like, crushed up peppers and all of that. So, and then obviously we have 2 of the cheesesteak. We don't have any left from when we bought the special back in June, but I know that I shared that with you guys. I'm pretty sure. They had, like, a really good special. I mean, it was a lot of meat for only, like, $4 or $6 or something. It was like 2 for $6. I was like, oh my god. Heck yeah. So anyhow, guys, I'll go ahead here and get going, and I'll talk to you guys later. Hey everyone, your girl Liz here. I am beyond excited right now. I listened to Miami probably like 10 times driving home. Well, maybe not 10 times. Maybe only like 5. But guys, I'm so excited. We're almost there. Anyhow, guys, I just wanted to come on here. I wanted to do my snorkel video with you guys. And then this will be a nice little, my video earlier here this afternoon, just literally like an hour and a half ago. That was like 7 minutes, so it'll be a nice little start then. And then, I'm not really sure then if I'll have like a silent, a silenter. Is that even a word? Silenter? Well, I mean, silencer is a word, so yeah, silence. You guys get the point. Because I'm already kind of up at like 10 minutes for the welcome back, but I'm probably not going to do that, because that's taking the easy way out with vlogging, and I'm not that kind of creator. So anyhow, I'm going to put the snorkel on with you guys and show you what I was talking about. Jeez. Keep it back, Alyssa. Jeez. Alright guys, so here we go. I'm not gonna, well, I mean, I'll just mess myself up again a little bit in the hair. That's fine. I have to take out the clip too. You guys can see just how curly my hair is. So cute. So adorable. Alright guys, here we go. So I'll show you guys. Look like Alvin and the Chipmunks. Alyssa Blake looks like that too, so. Alright guys, look. Alright guys, so there you guys go. You guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. I don't know why it doesn't want to do it here, but especially when you have water, there's just something about the water where it has to be up. It didn't do it for you guys there. I don't know why. Maybe it's like the force of the water. There's probably some physics answer to that, like, density, water is dispersed equal to that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So anyhow, I'll go ahead here and get the ripple back here. And I'll do my hair up a little bit. And then kind of grab and clip. There we go. Just like that. And then you let it down. And you do occasionally have this ringlet, which you can just let down to the back. Really cute. Really cute and adorable. So, yeah. So, oh my, so cute. So anyhow, guys, like I said, that is definitely something I need to work on yet.
But next time I go, I'll get that all set up, and then I can go under, which will be really, really fun. You know, I mean, being able to stay up all of that time, you know, and I didn't go really, really deep end. Not yet, at least. Not until I got a sense of how long I can actually hold. A lot of it, too, isn't necessarily, you know, how well you can breathe. It's how long, you know, you can bite this. Because then you have an external, it's not really a stimuli. I can't think of the word. An external, yeah, you guys get the point. You have an external, like a head start, right? Because obviously you have to breathe all through your mouth at that time. You guys saw, obviously. So maybe it's, you know, you have tension at the start of the airway. Really, technically, the start of the airway is in your lungs. But you guys get the point. You guys get what I'm trying to say. So, yeah. Yeah. Or maybe sometimes the water temperature can, you know, maybe just contrast this just a little bit. There's just a lot of different things that can go into it, you know. So, and obviously it is warmer in there. So, I mean, there's a lot of things that go into it, guys, like I just said. So, anyhow, I'll find a way to get it up, and then we'll just keep moving along, guys. And then pretty much before we know it, it'll be December, and then the following month, I'm getting my bikinis around. February, I'm starting to look around. Well, the end of January, I'm looking around for hotels. February, then, is the big time month where I'm making sure I got everything. You guys are, I've already went into that with you guys. Then the final month is collecting the small things. Or I could even spend the 2 months before, since I pretty much all have all the big things, get all the small things, and then that final month before, I can just critique any plans and really, 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 you know, dive into it and read it and see from what I know last year, right, and the more of an advantage that I have going again this year. Do you know what I'm saying? So definitely, now that I know the state a little better, it's easier, you know, to critique all of those things. You know, and yeah, so anyhow, guys, I'll go ahead here and get going. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Hey everyone, your girl Liz here. So coming to you guys today now, it is now later tonight here on November 11th. Just wanted to come on and do a chapter 1 through 10 review of my book. It is very good. I'm almost like a third of the way through. It's insane. It's a really good book. So anyhow, there was obviously, so she works 2 jobs, a grocery store and, well, a stripper, right? So she does grocery store and a stripper. There was flyers around with a missing girl, just 1 letter difference. I'm still trying to, I'm really bad with names, but I know that the name was really, really different. It wasn't hardly different at all. Obviously she, you know, is at work, and then eventually, you know, she goes into detail about getting ready for work. So one time she was searching on her computer articles about this woman from the, you know, pamphlet that she put underneath her bed. That's her way of, like, putting her away out of her mind and all of that. So then obviously she gets called in, you know, in the middle of the research. She gets angry, so she throws it off, but the computer still works. Obviously, she doesn't have much money where she lives, and, you know, the police don't usually come and all of that for certain things, but again, that's here in a minute. So then she was called into the stripper job, and she meets a person that is actually turns out being an undercover cop, he has a great conversation with her, and then, she tries to run, like, out the back, so, like, imagine, like, a kitchen, right? And then instead of having, like, a freezer door in the kitchen area, like a big wide open kitchen, you guys know what I'm talking about, um, she, runs out the back door, but then she, she's like, well, I know I don't have anything to hide, but she was still kind of, like, really nervous. So he tells her, to go to the police station. Obviously, then she goes to the police station the following day. Obviously, that's where she talked about, her, place of employment, or, and then she, I'm sorry, she didn't talk about her place. She talked about the place that she lives. There we go. And I do like a lot of the terminology that is kind of used. It's like, the universe, right, must have it right for me with all, and I pray to the entity. It's like a really good vocabulary. I forget exactly how she worded, like, her shower, but it was like, something like, you can brush your teeth, and if you didn't want to pee in the shower, right, like, you could literally pee, obviously for the guys, of course, because girls can't control the flow. I mean, girls can pee standing up, but there's no way to control anything, obviously, like, with pushing and all that. Again, I don't want to get into all of that. You guys get the point, right? So yes, women can stand up, but they can't have it go over here and then here and again, girls don't have that. Us girls don't have that. So anyhow, and she gets home then, and she realizes that her apartment was broken into, the laptop was stolen. They kind of go into detail, about different things. Like, there was a blanket with the nails, right? And then the medicine cabinet always had, like, a little hole in it, but now it has an even bigger hole. It looked like, they just kind of were like, well, there's nothing here for us. And then there was something here for us. And then, like, a lot of good details as well. Strange details, too. But they're kind of cool. Like, at her job, she has to wear all white, which is kind of confusing. And then the author also had kind of talked like me at one point. They're like, well, how am I supposed to respond to that? That one was really, really funny. And then just, like, a lot of the, like, the heart pounding, right, during the interview, right, because the officer that was undercover didn't say anything. But it's almost like he wanted to talk to her, but at the same time, like, she obviously punched him at one point. He's like, well, I don't want to arrest you. So it's almost like he's kind of, like, hinting, or maybe trying to play that kind of thing. Maybe she's the one who abducted this girl. I don't know, maybe with the name being just one letter off, right? Like, it's a really good book, guys. I'm really, really into it, for sure. But I really want to see how it plays out. So yeah, I'm definitely very excited for the remaining third. I don't remember how many chapters there are. But tomorrow morning I'll be at 10. So I'll read chapter 10. So I'm going to go ahead now and read, my book, or I'm sorry, watch another video. It's just after 7. 7:20. So I'll go ahead and read another episode of my video. Gosh. It's like more glances at myself, you guys. Crazy. You guys remember my, Saturday session, right, after my music video? And it always comes when I'm doing this. But anyhow, guys, it's definitely going to be a really good book. So, definitely going to meet my goal on that, definitely, by the end of the year. So, I'll go ahead here and get going. This is a nice little intro and a wonderful start for my official video on the 19th, and about 30 minutes additional. So it'll be right around 2 hours. Yeah, for a welcome back. So anyhow, guys, talk to you guys later.
Yes. Yeah, you didn't want me to be home. It was actually really nice.
Police believe this is the same suspect who has been terrorized.
We're looking for Jeffrey Manchester.
Just about the registration? Yeah, I got it right in here. 1 second.
Sometime between 12 and 4 this afternoon.
Well, you know, I'm a team player, but I'm also a mom.
I know. No.
No, not happening. You can't talk to him like that.
Okay. You know, we were missing half a dozen boxes out there, and I just thought, they gotta be hiding somewhere.
Advertise that much.
Well, if he's undercover, why is he at a singles dinner at Red Lobster? That's a fair question.
Well.
I saw on the TV there was some shit about an armed robbery. I don't know nothing about that.
I need your thumbs.
He had everything together, and it's a perfect example of how greed and money and bad influences in your life could change your outcome.
Pastor Smith says he's old.
Hey everyone, your girl Liz here. You guys can see I'm so excited again today. I can't even do a joy video without smiling. I am so excited. I'm getting ready for the Florida Keys and I have some things picked out. But holy cow, so exciting. So excited. Alright guys, I'll go ahead here and end it, but I can hardly wait. Florida. Mumu. Mumu. Good news. Good news. Here's your deer.
Big one,
I know.
standing perfectly still.
He's been doing that for a while.
Wish those weeds weren't there.
I know. He's a nice 6 or 8.
Is there another one with
Yes,
him?
Mimi, there's the doe.
And where's she at?
Mimi, listen, you're too small, okay? You're not gonna be able to see her. She's in your blind spot. Yeah?
Hey everyone, your girl Liz here. So coming to you guys today now for, there we go, perfect, for a special November 14th film. Friday, November 14th, not the 13th. Even though Halloween was literally just 15 days ago. Let me get this off here. Alright guys, so I did absolutely amazing. Like I had told you guys before, you can't change the time of the run. And I actually looked and I saw that the run in Erie this year was at 7 in the morning. So you can't change the time of the run, so you have to get some run practice. I did really, really well. Oh, here comes the car. So I did really, really well. Obviously, in the middle of Without You until the middle of Lips of an Angel was mile 3. And then right about the very last verse of Dangerous Woman was mile marker 4, which I did really, really well, because I remember my paces increased. It was like 10:40 something, which was amazing. And then the first pace was like almost 11, which was kind of a bummer. But then Swallow la la, alright, well here, I guess I can do mine. Swallow la la. Actually, they're actually good today, too. I know I did a different version of
you know, I did a different version this morning because when I put on my sports bra, I had all this hair in the upper, like the mid laces.
Well, how can I forget you, girl? There is always something there to remind me.
Here we go. Because it's obviously a heavy support. This is obviously heavy support, so it kind of pushes everything down. But that's good. But I had, you know, a different. There's always something there to remind me. Oh, there's a prank phone call. Jeez. Sorry guys, it was a prank. This right here reminds me of the what's it called? The friend zone.
Now talking slack, you know there's no pity trying to put in words that you'll understand.
It's like I can't really do it, and now there's a car coming, so I have to, yeah. But yeah, holy cow, guys! I was very excited, and then I took a picture, because they cut down this side of the corn, so it's like, you know, blessings are still coming even into the fall time, which is nice. So yeah, there's just a lot of really, really good stuff. And then, because I only set my miles for 4.5, I was okay with not going down the hill today. If I would have just had to do just a real little bit more, and I would have been at 5 miles, but, you know, you have to increase your way into it, so, you know, with not much, wind, I don't know if you guys can see that rainbow, no, but with not much wind and all of that, it's rather well, so, and also, I did see another thing, speaking of the see, I can't ever see it myself. I always have to, like, watch the film. But it's not going right on up in there. It was crazy, because I got to see that one of my, followers liked, like, whenever I did my side angle, right, where it was, with Yogalicious, it's more of, like, a normal silhouette from the side. And obviously, again, that's not the purpose, right? But if a person looks at the whole picture, right, for at least a second, like I said, you have to do that to know what front seam leggings are. Well, then, yeah, they would know. But that wasn't the purpose of it. But yeah, it's like, it's like, oh, well, somebody noticed, right? But it was fine. You know, I know that I have good followers and all of that. So, all right, guys. So I'll go ahead here and do, you know, I have my collage from my photos, or from my playlist. I have a collage from there, and I also got some remaining photos with the telephone pole behind me. So, like I said, guys, this is just a good, you know, setup for my welcome back on November 19th. So, yeah. Well, not welcome back, but my finale. And then why is there another finale? Well, because like I said, you know, that one day after my run, you know, and I found, I got a little bit more insights, which into some of the things that I had said. And remember, since it was in the past, you can't go back in the past and take back the past, right? So, it's not like I saw the stuff and then I got insights. No, I made my own insights. Then I had certain insights that, you know, made certain things make more sense. So yeah, that will all be in February. So I know I obviously did 2 big ones, right, in, you know, April, right before Florida, in July, and then there was a couple, 3 minutes at the most, and then after the Such a Final Saturday, it's only been a minute. So that's why there's also that additional one coming. Some good old insights. So, without further ado, guys, I'll go ahead here and do my... Oh, hang on. Here comes the car. There you go. I really hope you guys can see the rainbow. Yeah, it looks like you can. So I'm going to lower it down slowly, one at a time, like an inch, and see if I can get the rainbow. Kind of just, or raise it, my bad. See if I can get the rainbow. hope. Oh wait, hang on. Hurry, hurry, hurry! Here comes another car. And then put up my hood and do. Pardon the interruption, guys. There's another car coming. There we go. Alright guys, so that'll pretty much do it for today. So thank you again for watching. Nice little 10-minute video. Jeez. See, I don't know how she did it. It was something like, I can't remember. I'll have to, yeah, that music video has a lot of, discrepancies, right? It's like, I forget exactly what it was like. That some people, and I didn't really understand it, but they were like, you know, they're out here acting like a bunch of, I don't really agree with that, but I can't even remember exactly what the argument was, so I can't really speak to it, but, you know, I don't know. It definitely can, I guess, give the wrong idea of friend zone. So, anyhow, guys, like I said, guys, that was an amazing run. I'm definitely very excited to see how I do, continuing. And like I said, you know, as long as there's no wind, you know, I'm pretty sure I can handle it. I know you guys saw my video, you know, back in like April, whenever I was back from Florida. But again, guys, that was wind and snow. And what in the heck are these? Guys, are these walnuts? Guys, what is that? Ow! Ow! It hurt. Guys, what is this? Alright, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching my post-run celebration video with about 10 minutes into my welcome back to help with the time. So with, you know, Thanksgiving itself, it can be right around another hour. So, I mean, it actually ended up being 2 hours, but that's fine, you know, to have when you're on break. So, anyhow, guys, talk to you guys later. Hey everyone, your girl is here. So here I am now back at my car. Obviously the heat does a lot. Oh no. There we go. No guys, that pretty much looks the same except the steering wheel doesn't have it. Hey everyone, your girl lives here. Oh my god. Yeah, I can't show my map. So anyhow guys, you can just see I just did all of this all by my done bowling. I did really good. I had one game at 83, the other 3 were within 7, then the other 2 were above 100, the final 2. But everything else, it's pretty much there, guys. There we go, guys. Much better. Anyhow, you guys now know it is a Tuesday, or maybe it's not a Tuesday, and I'm just tricking you guys because I am on break. Keeping it shorter. Here we go, guys. Let's see if I can make it. Gotta toss this in there. So, 1 second, guys. Wait. Yeah, look, you guys get to watch me. A little bit short. Let's go again. Alright, round 2. Oh my gosh, Alyssa, so far to the left. You're out in left field, girl. Get. No, off the rim. I'm trying to make my basket, Moo.
You're gonna make marks on the wall. Stop.
No, I'm not.
You're not a little kid.
Yes, I am. Alright, guys, final one. Alright, I give up. I'm not gonna get it. Oh, remember.